Baby dolls, welcome to the continuation of what do we want to see for the bear market to end. What do we want to see? I have the chart here, and the charts have stories, and there's a language, and it speaks to you if you get in tune. And what I don't like is when you're watching an influencer and they're like, oh, just do the research. Oh, just do the research. Why don't you go do the hard work? Oh man, you want them to just shut up. I'm watching you. What do you think I'm doing, man? I'm giving you 20 minutes. You do the research and tell me. You want my view? You want my attention? But they don't get the point. You know why? It absolves them of any responsibility when they say, it's you. You do the research. You. You know, if you just go tell people, hey, go win at life. If you're not winning, that's your fault. But how can you can't sell anything that way, So I'm going to do it differently. We're not going to be like that. I'm actually going to tell you the answer. I'm going to tell you the answer right here. So what do we want to see when we get out of a bear market? So because by definition, the Ponzi of life always gets bigger. More population, more money, more new investors. People turn 18, they start working, etc., etc. Older people die off. You get the point, all right? There's always new, fresh faces coming in. And they got to learn. They got to get spanked. And so the market's always going to move chaotic. And it's always going to have, we're going to the moon. And then, no, we're going to zero. Always, okay? Different shapes, but the same concepts. So, a bull market is one where it goes up. But it's more complicated than that, all right? So let's bring the monthly chart here. If you go to let's pretend this never happened. Let's actually go to a proper bull market for Bitcoin before it started scamming us and started going up. All right. So in a bull market, you'll notice there are lots of green candles. These are months, right? Month. You're like, oh yeah, that's a bull market. It goes up every month. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't. It goes up every month. That is a very simplistic way to look at it. That's not actually what a bull market is, okay? It's like saying, all your friends are humans. It's such a generic statement. Okay, let's go into the detail. So bull markets have tests. There's a famous saying you'll always hear people say, right? A bull market is where you always climb the wall of worry. Okay? Climbing the wall of worry. It means you're not rocketing, you're climbing, and there is a wall of worry. You're always worried. There's bad things happening. Something's going to crack. Something's going on. We're going to crash. When you have people constantly thinking about that, that's actually a bull market. You know why? Because you're constantly processing bad news and you're still advancing. All right? So that's what's actually happening. You are constantly processing bad news and you're still advancing. It's beautiful, okay? Stock market, crypto, everything, okay? However, when you don't even process bad news anymore and you just keep going up, that's actually the end of the bull market. Okay? So we can actually flip that. Yeah, we can flip that. We can go to the bear market, right? In the bear market, let's flip that, right? A bear market is where you're constantly processing good news, but human fear takes over. You're constantly processing bad news. You're a soy drinker. Okay? You have high estrogen. So you get some good news. I can't face it anymore. That's what everyone's thinking. That's the human emotion. You're looking at humans here. These charts are human emotions. Never forget that. You learn one thing from my messages. It's that charts are human emotions. Because people work for money. People work for money. They put it into a store of value. And if they watch that store of value go up, they feel like their labor got a premium attached to it. If they see the asset go down, it hurts because they're like, oh my God, my labor, my work, the fruits of my labor, the blood, sweat, tears, all those hours at the office, all those hours back-breaking labor, it went down, it was all for nothing. You see that feeling? I have to use these words to explain it to you because I want you to see why I'm so good at what I do, why I'm one of the best, because I can read this. Some people out there learning another language, well, this is the language I know. Because I'm here 18 hours a day, baby, and that's why you're watching. All right, so that's the bear market, right? The bear market is every time you get some good news, you're like, you can't face it anymore. And what is the end of the bear market? Remember, the polar opposite of the bull market. The end of the bear market is you can't process any good news at all. It is just down, down. There is no good news. I don't care. I can't process it. And when I say the word process, what it really means is it's a retracement back. Okay, so that it means the same thing. So process means like, and let's make the distinction, right? The retracement. So when I just say a retracement, you're looking at a candle here and you're like, oh, look, it retraced. Oh, look, it retraced. Oh, it retraced. Okay, but it goes deeper than that. So you are how you think about it is like this, okay? We are plotting against time, okay? So we're going against this, the x-axis. We're going against time. And then, oh, good news comes. Let's react upwards. And then the fear takes over. And then we're plotting against time again. Oh, some more good news comes out. Okay, but, my fear took over. And then, oh, more good news came out, Could be a sponsorship, could be an announcement, could be like someone big says, I'm buying Bitcoin, right? And what happens at the very end? You're like, oh man, there's no good news. Or maybe here there actually was good news. But humans, right? They don't make them to the front of the news page. Because for some reason in these cycles, the puppet master, God, the cosmos, I don't know what is behind all of this. They just happen. Cycles are cycles. And eventually we hit a breaking point and we're like, oh, that's it. It's game over for everyone. I can't process any good news at all. Nothing good is ever going to make it, ever. And that's why we see at the bottom of this cycle, we actually see, we see the journalists saying, Bitcoin and crypto is a Ponzi scheme and it's going to zero, we told you. Because that's their final confirmation. Because these people have seen a trend of people being more and more depressed. And they're like, they're noticing a pattern, right? They go, oh, you saw some good news, you got depressed. You saw some good news, you got depressed. You saw some good news, you got depressed. And you're depressed. And they're like, I'm now going to report on this as a complete failure of the system. That's what the rectangle is. That's why you see all these news journalists, all these articles. That's why the Bloomberg article people, they come out and they go, it's all a Ponzi scheme, man. You're all going to zero, dude. That's why they write that, okay? So don't ever, we're not here to judge. Remember, we're all friends. You're listening to me. We're here to learn. I'm showing you why I win. I can read this. You're getting this for free. So, let's go. What do we want to see in the bear market? Let's go here, okay? Look at this, baby. Look at this. Okay. Can you see this? Hackers steal 40 million worth of Bitcoin in massive security breach. May 8th, 2019. Have you heard of a small company called Binance? What about their CEO, a little guy named Changpeng Zhao? CZ, you ever heard of that guy? Well, Binance got absolutely murdered with a hack. So let's go back and check, right? I was trading here and I saw it. And I saw it with my own eyes, and that's how I knew Bitcoin is going to recover. I knew it right this moment. And I knew it wasn't more so knowing it's going to just recover. It was more than that. I knew that I was powered up. I was leveled up. I could read the market from this point when this happened. What do I mean by that? Well, we had just been hit. Crypto market had been hit with a string of bad news, right? I came into crypto here. Okay? I bought Bitcoin and then I came here and went all in, all right? So, but I knew this was such an extension of human emotions that it had to be like traditional markets. And part of traditional markets is you're climbing the wall of worry in a bull market, right? So when we look at May 9, we're going to look at it right here. Here we go. That's funny, man. Finished the green. Finished the week, the 3-day green. The 3-day, not even a week, like a 3-day was green. That's how ready it was to pump. Okay, so let's go down to the daily. Let's go live it. Because we have to live it, man. It's not enough to just see a summary of, oh yeah, you win over 10 years, dude. It's not good enough. We have to be better. Let's go closer, man. May 9. Where are you? May 9. Oh my god, that is nuts. I remember this. It was around here. That's when the article came out, right? So, Binance got done before. Maybe this little red part here. So, this is freaking nuts, man. How much percent is that? 5%. Wow. Wow. That's just, you're laughing at that, right? And that's back then. when it was much smaller. So Bitcoin had been going up. So we've gone in a big bear market, right? And you don't know if this has rinsed. You don't know. A technical trader would see this big green candle. So a technical trader would see this big candle go up and they'd say, oh, okay, you know, this has a chance to recover the bear. But that's not enough, man, because anyone can fake out a green candle here and there. You know, it's not enough information. Right? What happened was Binance, very big exchange, got hacked. And they lost. Now, when the hack first came out, I remember just from the news I'd been seeing, everyone's in panic. Because it was funny, a year ago I'd been joking about Binance is going to get hacked. And I didn't know anything, right? I just came in, I was just a fudder. Because I didn't know anything about crypto. I thought it was all going to zero. I had no idea, right? So it was funny, it actually got hacked. And now I was scared because now I'm long, right? So when I wasn't long, I'm like, yeah, Binance get hacked. Send Bitcoin down to 1,000. That's what I wanted. Then I got in, after I did the research all here. I got in big time, even more. That's when I'm like, oh no, a hack happened. And this is when I thought something special is going on. Because here, Binance gets done, and you can look at the reaction, man. The action was like, we shook it off. We really shook it off. So that's what you want to see. That's how you know the bear market's actually really over. Not just, oh, why is the price going up or down? See, Binance was going to get hacked no matter what. It was going to get hacked no matter what. It's inevitable. You can just think of it like that. There are events, so it's not Binance per se. It's just, remember my previous example. You are walking a long time, and you're either going to get a string of good news or a string of bad news. And you will notice in the bull market, you're walking a long time, and you get strings of bad news. They're going to happen. They're always going to happen, the bad news. But the bull market involves you climbing that wall of worry. That's the bull market. You climb it again. You go down fast, you go up in steps, you climb it. So that's actually what happened here, right? So you can go back actually. You know, we can go forward in time to now. Let's go look now. I want to see what's going on here. Of course, there might be always bad news, man. There might be always bad news. But what do you really, really want to see? What you really want to see is maybe Bitcoin go. Let's do this green. Maybe Bitcoin just goes, yay, we recover FTX, right? I wonder what people are going to say to that. You know, it's funny. I think this is such a critical level that it's possible that when Bitcoin goes up here, it just like shoots, right? Because I know I've spoken to a lot of people, and funny observation, every single person says if Bitcoin clears above 20k, I'm just buying in, right? So it's either going to do that and come back down, or it's going to go there and go just super fast. I don't think everyone's just going to buy that. I think everyone's going to leave bids, and it's probably going to chase away. That's just my guess, right? So it could still fake out. We can still go down. But if it goes up here, you actually want to see bad news. You want to see like DCG, a $500 million loss. You want to see that. You want to see someone, I don't know, like, you know, Horby or Gate, one of these exchanges do a doo-doo. You want to see them go through some poopy times. And then you want to see those final weak hands go, I can't take it. Because there are weak hands, right? The weak hands only want good news. They want to just only see good news. So when they have a bad news and they see some red candles, that they start getting out. And they're like, oh, it's not ready. This is a short-termer, guys. And then you just want to see it climb. So that's how you act. That's how we're really going to know that it's time. It's actually time when we see something like that. So, yeah, it's funny. It's paradox, right? I'm actually saying I want more bad news. That's how we're really going to know, you know? We're really going to know if it's a bull market starting if you give us some bad news. We've got to drop down, we've got to fight it, you know? It's funny, I can show you the XRP chart, okay? XRP. This is why I think XRP, I know you're looking at this one. I was watching, I was trading, playing around, I saw XRP. Someone, I don't think it was a fat finger, this was on purpose. Someone just capitulated XRP down 10%. And I've seen this pattern before from the previous bull market, okay? When you go down this much and then you come back, this is what you just call pure manipulation, and this is someone with an evil intention to do something. When you come back halfway like this, and I knew, I even said it, okay? If XRP recovers this whole move up, then you can confirm, right? You can confirm This move was a big scum wallet who wants to buy in, but he doesn't want any weak hands with him. So he wants to flush them all out. He's like, yeah, you want to buy XRP too? First, we're going to 0. That's what he did first. And now he gets them out. Now he can actually start buying it. Because that's what they want to do, man. Look, oh, wow, we recovered the whole move. Wow, we recovered the whole move. That's why I think this might actually be the start of XRP. It's like the final flush. Pretty cool to see, right? Let's go back to Bitcoin. So this is the language we see in a bull market, you know. And we won't know it's a bear market until more good news comes out and we keep failing. That's it. But we have not had, so if we go back, I'm just going to do let's do a parallel from what happened. Parallel from what happened. We have not had one single good news since everything. First, we had a capitulation. Okay. This was Russia-Ukraine war, right? Hikes, inflation, hikes, more super hikes, everything. Lunar UST collapse, 3AC, Celsius, everything collapse. Everything. Bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. And like this is, man, I feel so sorry for people. Some people out there, they took their lives here, man. They took their lives here because no one told them, yeah, man, we're going to have 10 bad news events in a row. And you've never seen more than 3 good news events in a row. But we're going to get 10 bad ones, you know. It's hard. I know it's hard. It's hard. How investing is hard. That's why you have to think long term. I get criticized every day for being optimistic for the future. And I don't care. Because I know at the end of the day, all you have is hope. Hope that the world gets better in 5 years from today. And if you give up on that, you're going to be a bottom seller. You're going to wreck yourself. You're going to realize your loss. You're going to look at your money. And some people might take their own life, quit, make themselves way worse off than what they need to be. Okay? So I don't want you to ever fall into that. I need you to know that, yeah, if you listen to 2 people, one is perma bull, one is perma bear, the perma bull guy is going to get you through. Even though they're both quote unquote wrong, because nothing's always bullish or always bearish, right? But I'm telling you now, the world keeps spinning, humans keep getting better, the asset class keeps growing bigger and better, you end up finding a way. The guy is always optimistic, who hangs in there, finds a way, okay? Because sometimes God just throws you a bone. He throws you a lottery ticket on the floor, okay? Sometimes you're just going to be in these situations where you're going to be like the ETH maxis in DeFi in this season, okay? And DeFi gets made and Uniswap and everything's pumping, and they just buy all these coins and they make 10, 20x and they just dump on everyone's heads. And yeah, it sucks if you got dumped on, but see, for them, they're like, yay, we got rewarded. But, you know, that's why, man, it's all a game, friends. It's all a game. So who do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on a lot of the ETH maxis who believed in Ethereum, deployed their ETH into all the DeFi Ponzi's and dumped on your heads? Because they would see themselves as righteous winners in a bear market. Because they would say, yes, I suffered so much, ETH dropped 94%, everything went down, and I was in early, and there was no competition, and everyone was gone, and I thought it was going to 0, but I hung in there. And I remember, like, everyone was buying this DeFi stuff. Well, I've learned everything. Everyone's buying DeFi stuff here, but nothing actually started moving to this part of Bitcoin. That's when DeFi, a lot of coins went like 10, 20, 30x. So yes, a lot of these DeFi, a lot of people, you can call them scum vultures. For them to make their money, they got in and they dumped on everyone. Yes, they dumped. So these guys, the early guys here in this box, became 10x richer, right? And these guys lost 90%. And I'm sorry, this is the truth, okay? And let's write out. So you got to understand me. There's only 10 people in this group. Yeah, 10 people in this group. But here, you know how many people lost 90%? Like 90 people? I'm not joking. Actually, let's do like 50. Let's do 60 people, make it fair. All right, 60 people lost. Let's just do 30 people break even to minus 50%. You know, so minus 50% isn't that big of a loss in crypto, right? I know it's a lot when you think about it, but it's, yeah, this is just the truth. This is just the truth, okay? This is how it works. This is why everything goes parabolic exponential. So these guys, for getting in early because they were optimistic of the future, these 10 guys made 10x. And they dumped on the other 90 people who got absolutely crushed. But it's a game. We can't say they're evil or whatever. This is a game. You're gonna be here one day. You have to be here one day. By listening to this video, we're hanging in there, man. We are gonna be here. We are. So this is what we want to see. These things only come because you're perma bull. They don't come because you're perma bear. Alright? So this is the truth. This is the truth. Go ask a lot of these ETH maxis how many of these coins are still holding. They're not holding crap. They're not holding crap. They dumped. They dumped on everyone's heads. But you have me as guidance. I can read through people. I can see through someone's personality like that. I can tell the story they're trying to sell us. I know, man. Because at the end of the day, they got a currency and they want to make more of it. And the only way for them to make more of it is to convince you to place your currency in a pool that looks safe. And then eventually they can extract all for themselves. It's the same game. Any crypto, any stock, it's all the same game, okay? It's always the same game. So that's what we want to see in this crypto land. We want to see a recovery. We want to see some bad times, bad news appear, and we want to see us fight it. That's what we want to see, because that's our goal, man. Our goal, we're going to be these early times, right? I wasn't paying attention to altcoins here. I only knew about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I only knew about it. And in this DeFi season, I started paying attention, and I came in too late, came in at the top. And I bought stuff at minus 60% thinking it was cheap, but I got murdered because they went minus 90%. And I had to buy more and more and more and triple my size. And I did, okay? I did. But it would have been nice if I knew what the ETH maxis and all these other grifters were doing here, because I wouldn't need to put like 8 times the capital that they did to make 1/3 of what they did. They all put, for example, let's say they put $1,000, they come out with $10,000. They dump on you, yeah? And here you end up putting up $8,000 just to make like 10. You see how because that's how bad things get when you're late. You understand? You understand? Yeah. If you're late, it's game over, man. It's game over. If you're late, you're playing with fire. The only way to be early is you had to believe, man. See, when this Binance part happens, that's when I knew like something good's coming. Something good. And I didn't know how to participate, but now we know. Now we know how to participate. So look at this, man. It's not so easy. Yeah. Look. It still took time to get here. And then this DeFi stuff comes out. So now I already know. I can tell people want, what's the next DeFi? What's the next DeFi? I want to make money and stuff. I know people are going to be hungry for that. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if it's going to come. But if we're gone, we have no chance of succeeding anyway. If we're here and we're looking for this sign, look where Binance went down, man. Look where Changpeng, CZ. They lost their Bitcoin and look, it recovered. That's what we want to see. When you listen to this, you have to have an appreciation. What's your average influencer doing? What are they saying to you? They're saying, oh yeah, we could go up. Oh yeah, we can go down. Oh yeah, buy Bitcoin and buy my trading referral links. That's what they're all saying. It's trash. Absolute trash. What am I saying? I'm saying we might die tomorrow. Okay? We might die tomorrow, or we might live tomorrow. And I'm saying, in either world, you have to be long. Because if you die tomorrow, well, you're gone anyway, okay? And I'm saying, we're going to see some more bad news appear somewhere, and we're going to retrace it. And the cycle is going to continue, and we're going to recover, and people might get a bit too excited, and there might be another narrative forming, and we're going to use risk-adjusted bets. We're going to throw some bullets in, and more narratives will form. And we're going to keep an open canvas. And we'll not subscribe to this feeling of, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to $940,000. You better sell all your old coins. We're not going to subscribe to any of that. Because imagine you're a Bitcoin maxi here. They missed out on 10x in like 6 months. They missed out on 1,000% on 6 months. Because the ETH maxis said, you know what? It's a free market, and yeah, I'm going to dump on people's heads, and I don't really believe in the project, but everybody's on Twitter and shilling and all this other stuff, but hey, it's a free market, and we provide some public goods and everything anyway, and everyone's playing the game. So this is all lost in time. I can only tell you this story. You don't hear this story anywhere. I lived it, okay? I've not heard one single person talk about this period. None. It's funny, just, you know why? You move on with time and you get more people and then new stories come and suddenly you're like, oh, that DeFi thing, that was like 6 stories ago. We're on like story number like 18 for the past year, like cycles happen. They keep happening, friends. Until next time, love you all.